Hello, today we are going to be putting together two things that we've been doing so far in class. And that is combining like terms and the distributive property. So we actually want to flip that, surprisingly. We want to distribute first and then combine those like terms. Now these first two are just combining like terms, kind of get your memory refreshed. So remember, in order to be able to combine two terms, they have to be the same variable to the same power. So my c cubed is not the same thing as just a regular c. It's completely different. This is c times c versus c times 4 or c times 3. So I cannot combine something that does not have the exact same variable. When I do this, remember, I can use colors or shapes, and I box around, and I always make sure that if there's some sign in front, I take it with it. So I can think of this also as c to the third plus 8c to the third. I then have a positive 4c, and I can think of it as 4c minus 3c, or 4c and a negative 3c. 4 minus 3, then I look right at those coefficients up front, and I get 1c, which we typically just write as c. And it's positive, so I can think of it as I'm adding it. And here, once again, there's that 1 that we don't typically show, so it's 1 plus 8, so 9c cubed, which you will typically see written like this as opposed to having the 1 in front of it. When I move over here, we've got kind of the same idea going on, but we just don't have any powers. So I've got a negative 8m and a positive 3m, so negative 8m plus 3m. You can shift those around. And then I've got 22 and a minus 6, so 22 minus 6. That is 16, and it's going to be positive. And then over here, I have negative 5 times m. So that is just combining like terms. Now, if I have parentheses involved, this is meaning that we are going to need to use the distributive property, and I have to take care of that first. So this is negative 2 times the quantity 6 times g plus 9. I have to take care of this portion first. Then this will get added and combined in later. So when I distribute, I get negative 2 times 6, so negative 12g. And negative 2 times 9, or a negative 18. And I write that as minus 18, not adding a negative 18. We've got negative 18 plus 13, which gives me a negative 5. I don't have anything else that has the variable g in it, so I can't combine that. So that is the expression that I am left with. Our next one over here, kind of the same thing. Only this time, instead of adding something at the end, we're subtracting it. So I have 7 times negative 4, which is negative 28 times j, and 7 times 5, which gives me a positive 35. Then I have that negative 8j. This time, these are my like terms. And I end up with negative 36j, and then plus 35, because there's nothing to combine with it. This holds true even if the distributive property is at the end. Just once again, make sure that that goes with the 5. It's implying that that is a positive 5. So the negative 10h is just going to hang out until I finish my distributive property. So I end up with 40 times h and negative 45, which is the same as minus 45. I have that positive 10, or that negative 10h, remember that's a positive 40. So it's like there's a plus sign there. I apologize for the focusing issues going on there. I have negative 10h, positive 40h, so I get a positive 30h minus 45. Now here I've got my distributive property up front, and I have all of that in the back that I need to make sure that at the end I'm going to combine it. So I get negative 24x plus 32, and then I have negative 11x minus 17. So when I put these two together, I get negative 35x. I can combine them because they have the same variable. And a positive 32 and a negative 17 is like 32 minus 17, which is 15, so I'm adding 15 in there. Next one, distributing. I'm distributing a negative 6, so I get negative 18n. Negative 6 times negative 7 is 42, a positive 42. And then I have that plus 10 from the end there. These are my like terms, so I get negative 18n plus 52. Our next one, taking care of this first, I get negative 18y, negative 45. Got my negative 11y there. My negative 11y, my negative 18y gives me a negative 39y minus 45. I'm sorry, negative 29y. Woo. End of the day there. Make sure I can add, huh? Alrighty, this last piece, distributive property, I'm distributing a positive 3 because I'm adding it. So that's a negative 21 and a negative 12m. And I have that negative 15m out in front. So negative 27m minus 21. My last one, I have two different distributive properties going on. So I'm going to take care of this one. And then I'm going to take care of this one. And then I'm going to combine like terms. Now you could say that because of the b being squared, it's going to go first. But typically, we want to go alphabetically to get that answer. Let me know if you have any questions about what we did there, and you can go back through and pause and stop and look at everything that's going on there.